Good morning, Judy here from Thistledew Creations. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of a unboxing of my Temu orders from the other night. It hasn't been that long. I ordered on, it doesn't say, it just says when it was delivered yesterday. Anyway, I got this leaf green ink. And I'm just trying to make sure I can give you some prices of what I paid for them. Might not be what you'll pay. Yeah, they're regular $3.99 and I got them for $2.66. It looks like. Now it doesn't look as mossy as the cover, so that might be a little disappointing. It's more of a bright green, so I'm not really happy with that. I think that is a bit of a misrepresentation. And that's one thing. This is not sponsored. I just bought these things because I was trying to work towards a $90 credit, which I did end up getting in the end. And I used it towards a new die cut machine, which was going to go on my Christmas list, but I figured I might as well get it with my credit. And I had fun shopping, and I'm having even more fun looking at the stuff. So, but that is disappointing, that green. I mean, I can still use that green, but I was wanting that green, not that green. And then this is like the stuff that the lady from, not Treasure Books, Happiness and Crafting. I don't know if it's the same exact one she uses, but it's similar in style. So it was a 5-pack, and these are a yard each. Not sure if it's a yard or a meter, but that's about how long they are. So we've got a peach, a bright pink, a red, a purple or a mauve. And then this one is kind of pink and blue and yellow, which is really pretty. Pink and blue and mauve and yellow. So there's 5 different colors of that. Probably not the exact ones I would have picked, but it was a good deal for a 5-pack. Let me see if I can tell you how much it was. So it's regular $36, and I got it for $5.98. So a little over a buck a strip. $1.30 or $1.20 a strip. So excellent deal, and I will use them. I will use all those colors. And what does it say? Anything about them? No, it doesn't tell you what it's made of or anything. They're terrible for that. And then one stamp set, which I'll probably use soon because I'm working on Halloween stuff. It's a raven in a cathedral window. A raven on a stack of books. It says witching hour. A raven just on a log. A bottle with twigs and a raven inside of it. A raven skull, a feather, and then a raven sitting on a skull with a candle beside it and a rose. So I'll definitely be using those soon to get my Halloween on. And then, oh, and how much was that one? It is regular on Temu. It's regular 2021. And, well, I don't know what I paid, but it says, right, it's $3.14, and today only 78 cents. And today is September 20th. So I know you're going to be watching this a little whiles after that. And then this stamp is stars and a moon, and some of those like 4 points. I don't know what you call those. And then the trees is what I really wanted. The trees that I can put behind like a sunset background or in front of a sunset background. And then that one says thankful for you, a separate little stamp. And then shine my star. And then there's separate little stars, little tiny stamps. And then this bramble twig tree border. Excuse me. And that one says regular $2.90, on for $2.48, but pay 62 cents today. Oh, that 62 cents is you break it into 4 payments. So it's regular $2.90 for $2.48. I'm pretty sure I got it cheaper than that. when I pull up the item, it shows me what the price is today, not what I paid. That's okay. The prices are always changing on there anyway. And what I can do is try to put the links for the items that I'm showing you in the description. I will make a strong effort to do that. But if there's anything that's not working for you, just contact me and I'll try to send it to you personally. And then I got this pack of napkins. It's, I think 20. They're terrible for labeling. Terrible for labeling. It's 13 by 13 inches or 33 centimeters by 33 centimeters. Yeah, they're terrible for not writing. So this is, I'm not sure. I thought it was dandelions, but it isn't. It's more like an allium with the purple little florets on the ends of the stems, and a little dragonfly. That really was probably what got me. And then this is either for my freshening up my winter decor, or it may end up being a Christmas gift. Is a pair, yeah, there's 2 of them, of dragonfly pillow covers, 18 inch by 18 inch. And I've purchased these before. This is a different texture than the ones I got last year. The ones I got before were like a silky canvas, if that makes sense. They were like a canvas fabric, but they had a little more of a sheen to them. This is more of a velvety feel. And of course, it's velvety on the back too, but it's a creamy off-white on the back, which is not a big deal. The front design is just beautiful. This will actually go really well in my living room and dining room because my walls are, well, I know the color of the paint that I used was called Work Boot. So it's that orangish brown leather color. And I've done my walls with crumpled up tissue paper that I stuck on with paint and then painted over it and left a lot of raises in the crinkles. And then I antiqued over that and left it in the grooves. Someday I may do a flip through to show you that, or a walk through, I guess, to show you that. So that was my first order. Oh, and those pillow covers, for the pair of them, right now they're $7.19, and it doesn't say that that's a special price. So 2 for $7.19 is a pretty good deal on those, I think. They seem like really good quality, and the zippers haven't given me any problem on any other ones that I have. That's always a concern. And they are zippered, not just a flap. Now, in here, it looks like they've just taken all the rest of the orders that I placed and just put them all in one bag, which is fine with me. But it'll be harder for me to find the prices because they're on different orders. So what I can do is I'll put the prices in the description box for you of what I paid or what I can find on them at least. So I pulled out a bunch of the napkins because I'm a little bit of a napkin problem, I guess. I got to admit it. I really enjoy the napkin play, and I do a lot of napkin play videos for you. So I grabbed another fall one because I've got a couple of fall swaps coming up. I was hoping they would come in soon enough. So it's the sunflowers and some leaves and pumpkins and pine cones, a nice little bouquet. And I like that's the color of green that I was hoping this ink was, that sort of mossy green. And as you can see, it's much brighter. So that is disappointing. And then this is pretty for any time of the year. It has a fall vibe with the teal and stuff in the background, but I just love all these pinks. Like a wildflower array, and I love them when they go fade to white. Oh, and there's another pumpkin one. Hello, pumpkin. And I love anything with the blue pumpkin. I just love that non-traditional colors. And then thinking ahead to winter, I got a snowman with snowflake borders and a couple of little birdies. One sitting on his twig arms. And then I'm sure I've ordered 2 of these because I just love mason jars and stars. And I just thought this was good, and I love wood grain. So that was a good one. I'm pretty sure I've got another one in there somewhere. And then again, for the winter themes, I've got trees, a little house, and starry sky. Love that. And then there's some more of those flowers. And lavender with a nice beige background that's just all different words and sayings. And a few postage stamps and things. So I just thought that one was a really good one for me. This is fun. This is exciting, opening this up. I didn't open it last night because I wanted to do this unboxing in front of you. This is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to give these up. They're pretty. I ordered a couple of these too because bees and aqua are two of my favorite things. So this is one of the polyester tea towels. It's not so sticky as some of them that I've seen, you know, where it would catch on every little hangnail or rough skin. It doesn't feel like that. It looks like it's waffle weave, but it isn't. It's just terry cloth. And I guess it is more of a terry cloth than a, what do you call it? Oh, something fiber. You know what I mean. Anyway, I just love that print, but it could be a gift for my niece or my sister. We often exchange gifts even if we didn't get each other's name. So anyway, I've got that. I think I ordered at least 2 of those as well. Yeah, there's the other one. Same one. As I said in a previous video, I have started my Christmas shopping in September. That's not too early. And then this is just a little bunch of labels. They have like the burnt look or already inked look. And they're just sort of generic, probably made up companies. I don't imagine that they're actually copies of there's Atlas of the Borough of Brooklyn, City of New York. That might be an actual copy. But I just thought they were kind of neat. I don't buy a lot of this kind of stuff. That's kind of funny for me to say because I have a lot of this kind of stuff. But I haven't bought a lot from Temu. Clark's Spool Cotton. Good for a sewing journal. Wholesale Grocers. Toys and Dolls. Lavender. Vanilla. Does it have a John McKellop, pharmacist? Yeah, so those are kind of cool, and they're stickers. Stickers with no split on the back, so those will be not fun to use. I hate trying to peel those off. A couple things they've got inside of another bag. I'll go for the other stuff first. So there's another stamp set. Fairies. 5 fairies, some cascading vines or willow. I consider that like a willow tree. I have a willow tree in my yard and it does that where they all fall down. And then up there's ferns coming up from the bottom. So those will make pretty little cards and ATCs and stuff. I've really been enjoying the stamping, so I decided to get a few more, and they were all really inexpensive, like $1 or $2 per stamp. Let's see if I can get you an example here. And probably best to just, here's this one. The fairies were, oh no, it's taken me to, it's sold out, so they're taking me to other ones. So I'll have to try to figure out how to see what I paid for them at least and link if I can. So anyway, these are jack-o'-lanterns, all different arrangements of jack-o'-lanterns lined up in a row. One that's 3 high, one that's 2 high, you know, corner of a page, 3 stacked up, one with a witch's hat. So those will be fun to make, and they're a nice size for ATCs, which I've been doing a lot of. And then a bird stamp with 3, 6, 7 birds on it, different orientations. And I thought this one was really neat. It's like drips and puddles. So that'll be fun to do with my watery blues inked backgrounds and stuff like that. Really like those. Thought that was unique. And then I got a double of this. So one of you lucky viewers will end up with this in a swap, I'm sure. If you are following me, you're probably in one of my Facebook groups that I'm in, that we do swaps. And then this was a bee ephemera pack. Papers, I think, mostly. Junk journal, retro, vintage materials. They really use those words freely, don't they? They might be retro, but they're not actual vintage. They're vintage style. 30 pieces. I will use the little cover to make a folio and just cover up some of the writing that I don't want. But yeah, that's kind of neat. The inside's nice and coffee dyed looking. And then I would just need to maybe cover the Chinese writing. I just don't really have to if that's what it says. Have a good day. Probably cover the back side of this. And then just a little sticker or something up here, maybe a flower. And then a different word here probably. And then I would be able to trick it out as a folio. In fact, that could be what I use for Philip and Morgan's junk journal that I want to make them. So it looks like we have 3 of each. So there'll be 10 different ones. Strawberry. Sunflower. More sunflowers. More sunflowers. You'd think that sunflowers are the only flowers bees like or something. There's one that's more general. No bees in sight, but birds and yellow flowers. Good spring flowers. And then some sunflowers and then like a castle in the background. That's a nice one. Kind of reminds me of like Bridgerton or something. And then again, maybe not a sunflower this time. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like a sunflower center. And then I like this one with a little bit of bluish green. So those will be fun to use. I have some bee stuff, but not as much as I would like for how much I like bees. So I'm happy with that little purchase because that gives me something to play with too. I love when I can reuse the packaging. And that, I think that was with these stickers for some reason. You can always use some twine. And then I got these bee embroidered, I guess they're iron-on. It looks like they have glue on the back of them that can be heat activated. I don't think I'm going to be able to figure out where that opens, so I'm just going to cut it. So these are varying sizes, but they're the really nice gold metallic thread with a black background. And I was really thinking of ATCs for this. And if they work, well, I think they are going to work out. They're even nicer than I thought they would be. I'll probably order more of these. A couple of sizes of them, which is nice. Because I do plan to do a bunch of bee journals. So I'll include bee journals or bee accents on all of the things for the Barnhouse Bees people. So I'll use them up. There's some more napkins, some more of the mason jars. And some strawberries. We all know those are for Diana Queener. And me. I like them too. But I always think of Diana when I see strawberries. And then these are like leafless trees. So all different shapes. Great for Halloween as well. Stamps, obviously. I got another set of dauber and refills. Because I only have the 3 that are here on my desk. One square one, which was my mom's. And 2 round ones. So with getting more colors of ink, I thought I better have some extra refills. And then I got, it says foam maker. It's a punch. It's a circle punch. I don't know why they would call it a foam maker. lever action craft punch. For lubricating cutting mechanism, cut out wax paper. And for sharpening cutting mechanism, cut out aluminum foil, which I knew that. I never knew about the wax paper. I'll have to try that because some of the older punches that I got on Marketplace are really sticking a lot. So maybe I'll do some punching with wax paper to try to get them to stop sticking. So I think this was 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inch. On the website, they listed in millimeters, but it's 1.5 inch. So that's just a size that I didn't have. And I've got a bunch of things that are circles that I want to punch out. So I thought I better get that. And more of the trim. I didn't realize I'd ordered 2 of those. So that's another thing that you might be able to swap with me. And then these are little tiny mason jars. Stickers, I believe. And so I'm a real mason jar nut. I keep a lot of food in mason jars, like dry goods, and I keep all my spices in mason jars. The smaller vintage canning jars with the 2-piece lid. The big wide rings with the glass tops, I use those for my spices, and I have the silicone or rubber rings to keep them fresh. So there's a bunch of different themes or color schemes and different things in the middle of the jars. So I just love those. And I like the little box. It's so cute. And I'll maybe make a little tiny mini journal out of that. Micro journal, I would have to call that. Because I have mini journals and they're bigger than that. And so that's it in the bag. And then there's a bunch of other bags in the bag. Because I placed all these orders on the same evening. So they seem to be on top of that and get them all in the post at the same time because they offer free shipping. So they kind of have to. Oh, I see. These are all the ink pads I bought. The other ink pads. That's probably why they're bundled separately. So autumn grass. Let's do some swatching. These are oxides. So I'm just going to get a piece of white paper so we can see the true color. I'll move this out of the way. And make sure that you can see. So this one is autumn grass. And so it looks to be like a rustic red. And the brand is Alina Craft Create acid-free O2 ink. Now, I don't know. Maybe that doesn't mean oxide. Maybe it just means water. Yeah, water reactive and pigment ink infusion that creates an oxidized effect when sprayed with water. Used with stamps, stencils, and direct to surfaces. Comes in a variety of colors. Made in China. And so I'm just going to swatch them like this so you can see the colors. I like the cases. This band around here kind of goes into a groove, so it seals up pretty good. Better than the Tim Holtz ones that don't really seal up well. I have to keep my ink daubers on top of them just so that I don't worry about them drying out. I weight them down with the ink dauber. They're packaged like they're shrink wrapped in plastic, so that keeps the lids on too. And so this one is all the same details on the back, and it's Blue Dome Roots, R-O-U-T-E-S. And that's a nice greenish blue. Nice muted color. I was trying to get all the colors of like the sunset and rainbow. I don't know if I succeeded. And then a mauve. This one's called Old Purple Ling Palace. pink. Pink Memories, it's called. And I don't know if the names on the listing are the same or not. If they're different, I'll let you know that in the description box as well. So that's a nice bright carnation pink. And I get that carnation pink. I've used that a few times, that terminology. I'm pretty sure I get that concept from the old colors of the crayons when I was a kid. Pretty sure that was the color of the carnation pink crayon, and that's why I call it that. I know carnations come in other colors than pink. But if you look in a Crayola crayon box, I think you'll find that carnation pink is about that color. And then here's another purple. This is lavender, they call it. So much darker than the old purple Ling Palace. I thought these three would look gorgeous blended together. I think I have one more order coming and it has a yellow and an orange. And then this is another sort of teal one. Blushing and Brofinch. Brofinch, B-R-O-F-I-N-C-H. And this one looks to be a little bit more of a bright aqua turquoise. That one, the label's kind of creased. Anyway, I'm happy with those. I can't wait to get playing with them. I'll have to maybe get another set of blenders as well, because I don't want to mix up my oxides and my other inks. I want to have special blenders for them. Might even have to get Brian to make me a little organizer for them so that they're separate, and make sure that I eventually get all the colors, just so that I can have the most fun possible. So that's it for my haul today, and then there should be another one when my die cut machine comes. It's just a crank one. I wanted the old school one. I don't want a Cricut. Something else for me to figure out. And I've got enough of that in my life right now. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing these fun things. And as I'm using them, I will share my honest opinion about how I think the quality is, and the napkins and so on, especially the inks, the stamps, whether they stamp well, I'll let you know. And yeah, this was not sponsored at all. I bought this all with my own money. It was really good deals, and I did end up getting my $90 credit. And it took about maybe 12 hours for it to show up in my Temu account, and then I was able to spend it. So it wasn't, you know, $90 over 6 orders. It was $90 all at once in credit. So as much hype about Temu as there is about them being not a good company or whatever, I haven't found that to be true. I found them to be a good company, and to me it makes perfectly good sense why they're cheaper. It's because they're not going through 3 or 4 more sellers before it gets to you. If you understand that when someone sells something, they have their cost and their shipping fees, and then they have a markup on it. Like, so if they're not selling it to a wholesaler in the United States who's then selling it to a company like Michael's or a craft store, that's 2 other markups that aren't on the products. So of course it's cheaper. They could sell it for a higher price, but they don't. So in that regard, I think they're actually a really good company, because they could probably be making more money on their stuff, because it would still be cheaper than buying it at Michael's. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on Temu. I haven't had any issues with them, and their returns are easy, and the money always shows up in your account. So use PayPal so you don't have to worry about them stealing your identity, and that's all you can do. So anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. Most of all, have an excellent day.